This all seems to be a reoccurring theme for the Toronto Raptors. Play good for the first 3 quarters, your starters do a great job. But your bench gives you no productivity, and you play a horrendous fourth, and you lose. This time, 106-102 to the Utah Jazz in Utah. And with the loss, the Raptors now drop to 26-38 on the year. Game 2 of the 4-game West Coast swing. You lose in Denver. You now lose in Utah. And you have the Clippers tomorrow. So the Lakers tomorrow and the Clippers on Tuesday. The inconsistency of this Raptor team is incredible. No Kyle Lowry in this game today due to rest. Still no Gary Trent. And your bench just gives you nothing. Like, this is long past the bench mob, people. It's pretty incredible to watch. But let's break this ball game down. First quarter, the Toronto Raptors, they play a really good quarter. They play pretty sound defense for the most part. You're plus 6, 33-27 after 1 quarter of play. But you know that Utah is on the second night of a back-to-back. So you're thinking, hey, get this early lead. Their energy will run out near the end. Second quarter, you win the second quarter, 29-27. You're up by 8 at halftime. Exactly where you want to be. And even in the third quarter, you expect Utah to come out with that final push. And they do, but the Raptors counter, and you're only -2 in that third quarter. You're up by 6 going into the fourth. They're on the second night of a back-to-back. But the question to start the fourth quarter is, does Nick Nurse start with his bench because you need some rest time for your starters? But how long do you wait? And clearly he couldn't wait long because the bench gave him nothing. They got right back in the game just like that to start the fourth. And the Raptors could not make shots to save their life in the fourth quarter, no matter who was taking them. Whether it was the bench or whether it was the starting unit. Nobody could make shots in that fourth quarter. There were some great performances from the starting unit, but in the end, in the fourth, when you needed your guys to make the big-time buckets, you just never got it. The Raptors lost that fourth quarter 21-13. Utah's on the second night of a back-to-back, and you score flipping 13 in the fourth quarter. I understand Tank Nation's in full effect, and hey, I'm all aboard. You're 12 games under. You're 3 games behind. You're 3 games behind the Wizards. You're not playing good basketball. I mean, this team is just all year long. It's the same story. They fight, and they lose by this much, or they lose because of one thing, or this and that. They've just found way. You know what I always say in my videos, guys, when teams are playing well? Good teams and great teams find ways to win. But it seems like this Raptor team this year is just finding ways to lose. Nothing against the guys out there right now. Yeah, the situation's crazy. They're not playing in Toronto, obviously. They're constantly on the road. It's definitely a weird situation. And who knows? If they come back to Scotiabank Arena next season with some fans in the stands, things might change and we might be a playoff team again. But I can't tell the future. I don't know what is going to happen down the road. What I can tell you right now is that this Raptor team is not playing very well. They're giving their best effort, but that's just not good enough, apparently. They don't have enough talent, right? That's evident at this point. You're getting some great minutes out of Khem Birch. Your starting 5 is not a problem anymore. Did it not help him missing a couple bunnies on the inside there in the fourth quarter? Yeah, absolutely. But it's a nice little segue right into the stats for the game. Khem Birch had 17 points and 10 boards. He also had 6 dimes today. Shot 8 of 13, was 1 of 3 from 3, and had a steal. He's not the problem. He's done a great job as a starting center for the Toronto Raptors. Pascal didn't really give you a whole lot today, but didn't really hurt the team. 15 points, 7 boards, shot 7 of 18, was 1 of 3 from 3. He had 3 steals in the ball game today. OG didn't particularly shoot the ball well today, but Didn't hurt the team. Had 17 points, 5 boards, 4 dimes. Shot 7 of 17 from the field. Was 3 of 9 from 3. He had a steal and 2 blocks in the game. So those guys made an impact. Fred VanVleet was your best player today, no doubt. 30 points, 6 boards, 7 dimes on 11 of 25 shooting. Again, not the greatest there, but not bad at all for Fred. Shot 4 of 11 from 3. I'll take it. And had 2 steals in the game. He was great today. And Malachi Flynn got the start today without Kyle Lowry playing. And he had 10 points, 5 boards, 6 dimes. Shot 4 of 11, knocked down 2 of 5 from three-point range. The starting unit made things happen today. But your bench unit combined for, what was it, 12? Or was it 14? Something like that. Jordan Clarkson off the bench alone had 15. Your top scorers were DeAndre Bembry and Freddie Gillespie. Each guy had 4 points. You can't expect to win games that way. And at least over the last few games or so, that's what we're seeing from the Toronto Raptors. Your starting unit's giving you everything they possibly can. They're gassed by the fourth, and your bench ain't giving you squat. That's what we're seeing. It's blatantly obvious. Nobody can blame Nick Nurse. I'm sorry. Well, you got to pull this guy, but no. You can't play your starters 48 minutes. You got to get your bench unit out there at some point in time. But the fact that your bench gives you nothing, what is Nick Nurse supposed to do? Like, what can this guy actually do? Nothing. You know, we've seen flashes of good games from the bench unit. We've seen flashes of DeAndre Bembry, flashes of Yuta Watanabe. But nothing consistent enough to say this is a half-decent bench unit. Because it's just not. The Raptors team overall shot 45% from the field, 36% from 3, and 67% from the line. It's not good enough. You can't shoot the ball 36% from the three-point range and expect to win, especially against a team like Utah who shoots the 3 very well, and they shot 42% from three-point range. So there's 1 and 1 when it comes to the 3 keys to the game. What's the final one? On the glass. Raptors were minus 10 on the glass. They were actually plus, I think, 2 on the offensive glass, or maybe they were minus 2. I think they were plus 2 on the offensive glass, but overall, you just didn't grab any rebounds. The Raptors, any positive note from today, they were plus 12 in the paint. So they did a pretty good job getting inside, but I mean, as you expect to dominate the paint against a team like Utah, a team that is very perimeter-oriented. You know, you expect to dominate the paint. But the fact that this team blew that fourth quarter, they were on the second night of a back-to-back. They did not have Mike Conley. And you still found a way to lose. Those are the sad things right now as what Raptor fans are watching right now. As I mentioned earlier, the next game for the Raptors is tomorrow night. Second night of the back-to-back. In LA, taking on the Lakers at the Staples Center. It's a 10 p.m. tip-off. Game 2 of 3 in this whole 10 p.m. tip-off garbage. We got to get through tomorrow somehow, though. It's a 10 p.m. tip-off in LA against the Lakers, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, and not the game today if you're a Raptor fan, but if you're a Utah fan and you loved the game today, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game. What'd you like, what'd you not like from today's game? Guys, go crazy what your thoughts are on the Toronto Raptors this season. 26 and 30 in the year. And, hey, Tank Nation, let me have you real quick. If you're still watching the video, thank you for one thing. Second of all, Tank Nation, if I'm not mistaken, I looked at the standings, and the Bulls are tied with us, but they have the season series, and Sacramento is right there with us as well. But after those guys, like below, there's no way we're getting that low. So don't start saying, hey, lose every game the rest of the way, because even if you do that, you're probably not going lower than a couple more seeds. So that's why I'm a little frustrated right now with these games. If it was like, you know, 1 game gap between us and like second last, I'd be like, hey, let's take advantage of it. But we can't. So they're going out there and they're giving it their all, but they're just not winning ball games. And the bench unit's a huge problem with this Raptor team. Now, good news is the season is wrapping up at some point soon with this Raptor squad. And Raptor fans, this is the hardest year we've watched in a very long time. And if it's a weird year, it's not a good season, One game at a time the rest of the way, people. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and if you're, like I mentioned, oh, no, I already did I did all that stuff already. Comment down below. I say go everything, all that great stuff, guys. Twitter's down below for myself. Follow, send me a DM to all that great stuff, guys. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jay's Edition, tomorrow afternoon. It's a 107 first pitch there at TD Ballpark in Dunedin, Florida, as the Blue Jays wrap up the three-game set against the Atlanta Braves. Ian Anderson and Ross Stripling is the pitching matchup tomorrow afternoon. As for the Leafs, their next game is on Monday night at the Bell Center in Montreal, taking on the Canadiens. 7 p.m. puck drop there. Leafs are going to continue on their great roll and continue their building towards the playoffs. One game at a time. 5 more remain for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And as for the Raptors, their next game, as we've talked about, is tomorrow night, 10 p.m. tip-off in LA at the Staples Center against the Lakers. All right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.